Hello and welcome to another video with me, Veerle de Bruyne, for the sign of, I wrote down Aquarius. And yes, let's have a look at you for the month of November 2015. Now, I said that to the Leos, your opposite sign as well. It's so nice to, now that Saturn has left the fixed sign of Scorpio, I see it a lot with people, with Aquarians, that they feel, especially the ones who were born at the very end of the sign of Aquarius, it's like a burden from their shoulders. So that's a bit of good news there. Another thing, November is definitely a time of truth. Absolutely, the truth is gonna come out so strongly in November. But the thing is, your fixed sign. You won't be bothered too much because of that. So doesn't mean to say it's not going to be a significant month for you. Again, these are so general. But in general, it's a good month for the Aquas. But let's get started, because other signs are really experiencing a lot of stressful aspects, actually. There are two of them. And then I'm going to talk a bit about Jupiter and North Node. So let's get started with this Saturn-Neptune square that I've been talking about for a year, I guess. And what is this all about? The square between Saturn and Neptune, it's actually the clash between idealism and between reality. So something will become way more real. That's good, isn't it? If it's going to be painful or not depends on your personal context. And what does it mean for you, Aquarians? Well, it's about the 11th house and the second house. The second house, Neptune has been there for a long, long time. So, and it's good, you know, it's supposed to be there. Neptune in your second house. And it's Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your second house is about your, I think, dissolving, not being too attached to your resources. Could mean something like that. That's what Neptune is trying to do. Neptune is trying to break open those barriers. It's trying to, I'm looking for a word in English, but I'm looking for, if you are Dutch or Flemish and you understand the word dijk, I'm looking for that word. But you know, that the thing that breaks when the water goes through. Yeah, well, anyway. It means broadening your perspective when it comes to resources and not attaching yourself too much to it. So that's good. That's not a bad thing. And also your value, your own value, your own confidence. It's like, okay, being a bit more, how would I say, a bit humble when it comes to yourself. And but now, Saturn, in the month of November, Saturn is approaching that Neptune. So, and it clashes. So it means, there needs to be, okay, you with your opening your boundaries there, all very well. But now I have to dim you a little bit, slow down a little bit. And this can come from an aspiration that you have or a friend that is putting that restriction there on all those, you know, being so open and so boundarylessness. So it could have been something that Neptune in a negative way is deception. It doesn't mean to say, oh, you're going to be deceived by someone. And no, in this scenario, it could have to do with how you approached your resources, how you approached your confidence. Maybe you've been a bit too confident. And now a friend is telling you, you know, they're showing you the responsibility. They're showing you, you've got duties. If you want my friendship, you know, this is realness here. Or the restriction of aspirations. So maybe you had way too many aspirations, and now Saturn in the 11th is saying, look, one aspiration at a time, something like that. Again, I don't think for you Aquarians this will be very, very difficult. You know, it's just a bit of adjustment there going on through this tension of this square. And Saturn in the 11th, maybe a few friends need to go. Simple as that. And not that they're bad or anything, but it's not realistic. There's something about friendship, about aspirations. You need to be very clear now. And therefore, this Neptune is going to work out better for you. You're going to become way more realistic. What else? Another thing that is going on is something that has to do with the eclipses. So there was the eclipse in Aries, and the axis of Aries and Libra, which is relationship in a very general way. It's relationships. And Juno was involved here. Juno is, I don't know even if I pronounce this well. I have this tendency to pronounce it in Spanish. Oh, hang on there, because my computer... So many things are happening today. So my computer wanted to shut off, to close, and it's uploading. Not good. And I've lost my train of thought, but I'm getting back here. Yes, the eclipse and the relationships and Juno. Juno is a little asteroid that is about commitment. It shows you where it is good to commit, where it is not good to commit, where it is fair, where it is not fair. And you've got this going on in the ninth house, which is it can be connections to people from abroad on a personal level, or it can also be something general like your ideas and your opinions and your visions. They are squeezed here with Pluto. So, and what is true? What idea is good to follow and to commit to? What opinion is not good to follow and to commit to? And the truth about that, because the truth is going to come out when Uranus opposes Venus there. That will be around the 22nd, 23rd. And when Uranus opposes Venus, that truth will be totally not what you expected. But again, not good or not bad, but it's true. And this is something we better, align us with. It's trying to break you out a little bit from a pattern that's not longer working. Or maybe, like I said, ninth house things, maybe a study that you're doing, maybe a connection with someone from abroad that you're having. You will see now if it's the good one or not. But you can't see it before all this work is done, before the Pluto unbelievably squashes that Venus. It could be an obsession with someone actually. Or it could be an obsession with a study, or with, again, all those ninth house issues. Also your vision about God, your vision about the world. It needs some adjustments, but again, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing. And so that's that. And last but not least, Jupiter and the North Node in Virgo in your 8th house. So these are the blessings. Well, certainly Jupiter. Jupiter is in your 8th house, and that is good for, it's been there for a while, but now the North Node enters, I think around the 13th of November or something like that. So it has a double explanation here. So your growth is absolutely anything on 8th house issues, which is shared resources, which is intimacy, sharing that deep, the whole you with someone else, not just a sexual level, for instance, but intimacy, really seeing the truth of someone else, seeing the truth of yourself. A very beautiful thing. And that's where the blessing is now with the Jupiter. Putting off that mask, which is scary, isn't it? It's the 8th house is a house of trust. And you're going to find deeper trust and more trust in your life. Isn't that powerful? Very, very powerful indeed for you Aquarians. And that's an ongoing process. But now the North Node is in here as well. And this is a new process that will stay for 18 months. And this is showing that it's good to do so. It's good to focus on these things, on these 8th house things, on this deep psychological breaking taboo kind of house. It's good to do so. It would not be so good, and I sound like I'm the teacher here and I want to, but it's like what the planets are showing is divine connection, isn't it? So it's the South Node is what you need to let go of. It's the spiritual practice, which is in your 2nd house, where that Neptune was, remember? So relying a bit less on your own resources, actually. Relying a bit less on your own income. Not being so self-sufficient. or self-reliant, and yes, accepting the values, the talents of other people, being open for that, encountering that, being open for that. And you will grow tremendously if you do that. But this is you get time for that. So don't worry if you say, oh, I can't do that. So thank you very much for watching this little video. I'm not on other social media, and I know that I should. A lot of people ask me. But for now, it's just YouTube. And but feel free to share my videos as much as you can. And if you want a reading, just get in touch. Thank you so much for watching. And have this very strong but kind November. Bye-bye.